What is up, AGZ gang? Yes sir. Now y'all boys, today we're going straight in with a devil
Lord have
fruit
mercy, I'm
tier
about to
list
bust.
with all the updated fruits in there. Now we're gonna be ranking these fruits based on the efficiency overall, PvE, PvP, and boss farming, ship farming, all of that. It's all included into one. So we're gonna head straight into this. Bari. Now Bari is not my friend at all. Bari was quite prevalent in update 0, where people were using it as a shield to the Arlong thing, and it was pretty good at negating certain abilities, a lot of abilities, every ability. But now it's not used so much anymore. Boss farming is not really that good anyways. PvP, it can be used in, if you're a really high skilled player, in trapping players and doing really cheese combos. But I'm not gonna lie, that kind of stopped being efficient around update 2, update 3ish, because there were just ways around Bari players. And update 0, 1 and the beginning of update 2, you could use Bari like really well in PvP, but now I haven't seen any good Bari players. And when people say they're really good with Bari, when they fight a player that's not a noob, they end up losing. Bari overall, I would put in dog water. It's just not good for farming. You're not going to use it to get, it's not going to help you get any fruits. It's not going to help you get boss drops, and then PvP is quite mediocre. And even if you're a good player, you just wouldn't want to reset your fruit to eat Bari. Moving on to the next thing, we have Bomu. Now Bomu is actually a really good fruit, very underrated. I remember back when it was being used a lot, people were using it for dungeon farming. It was really good for dungeon farming. People were using it for farming in general. You could just do the ultimate move and it kill everything in sight. But I've never been a fan of Bomu. Bomu, fun fact, is the only fruit in the whole game that I have never eaten, and I just don't want to eat it. I see no reason to. Now in PvP, there was, during update 1, people were finding cheese strats with it. There were a couple glitches you could do with bomb, and there were some pretty decent combos. But it is one of those fruits, it's just, why would I ever use this over anything else? Now it's still good for dungeon farming. You can use it for the wave dungeon, so it can be used to help you get other fruits. What else is it good with? Well, not boss farming, that's for sure. But yeah, no, it's actually not that bad, but it is bad at the same time. I'm gonna put it C, and I only put it C because its only efficient use, in my opinion, is wave system. So you can use it to help you get fruits, and you could probably use it for ship farming, but I wouldn't even recommend that. Gomu. Now I'm just gonna straight stick Bomu. Gomu, I don't know. I want to put it very low, B, maybe C. Again, it's kind of useless right now. What do you really do with Gomu? And you need a really good build to even do decent with Gomu in PvP. PvE, it's actually really bad, I won't lie to you. It has a lot of single target moves, and then the Gatling gun is pretty good, but it got nerfed. It was really better before, but it got nerfed. I don't know, even with dungeons, I feel like, why would you go to dungeon with Gomu? You're better off eating Bomu. So until we get the gears, I'm gonna leave it in the C tier. I know a lot of people might not agree with the list so far, but I'm going off what I've seen and my gameplay experience of Grand Theft Online. Next we have Goro. Now Goro is up there. Now obviously Goro doesn't look like this anymore, but whatever. Goro is up there in my opinion. You can use it for dungeon farming, you can use it for ship farming, though there are better fruits to use it for ship farming for. Now it's not the best with boss farming, but it can still be used efficiently. Its movesets are really good for PvP. Goro is like the PvP fruit. A lot of combo extenders with that, and some really good follow throughs. Goro is up there in my opinion. Nothing more, nothing less. Gora, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Really trash for PvE. You can use it in dungeons, but again, not efficient in that either. It's not really gonna help you farm for fruits. Ship farming, I don't know. It's not a mobile fruit. I wouldn't really want to put myself between me, the ocean, and having a Gora. I'm using Gora. It's just no, I wouldn't do that. I'm gonna put it B because it's really good for PvP. Yeah, I think it's a really good PvP fruit, but other than PvP, Gora is kind of a liability in every other aspect of the game. Hiei. Now Hiei, the Hiei buff is really nice. I'm gonna put Hiei low A tier. Now the reason I say this is Now, Ice Stomp is a block break. It's really good for PvP, and just having the every move, well, not every move, 90% of the moves in Hiei's kit is able to stun opponent, and as you all know, crowd control is very important. So just being able to stun opponents is really powerful in a PvP scenario. In PvE, Hiei doesn't really flourish at all, and Hiei is really good at ship farming too, so you can actually use it in that regard. So which is why it's up in the A tier. Usually if a fruit can do multiple things, if not everything to a certain degree, it will be placed in the A tier for sure, and Hiei is definitely one of those. I think Hiei can help you with dungeons, but I feel like Goro is a bit better because Hiei is more of a single target fruit, where Goro has a way larger AoE. Next we have Horo. Now Horo was really good in helping with the anniversary event. If y'all boys remember that, you could get the barrels and fly them up using Horo. Well, yeah, you could fly them up using Horo. It was really efficient. It was perfect timing for Foyu with the anniversary event. Apart from that, Foyu did nerf it when you're in the holo state. When you're in the ghost state, opponents now aggro to your main body instead of the ghost. So that was a really huge nerf to the fruit. And after that, I started seeing a lot less people use it, especially for dungeon farming. It was really good at dungeon farming, but now I don't think it has the same capabilities. It has some good crowd control. You're able to stun your opponent briefly. I know it's even a time where I was beating up Winter Clouds with this fruit. I was beating up Winter Clouds with this fruit. So it's definitely a good fruit if you know how to use it, but it doesn't really help with a lot of things. I'll put it below Gora because Gora is better for PvP, and Horo doesn't really help you in a PvE scenario at all. So no, I'll put it up there. Now Itto I'm automatically gonna put in a high B, and you're probably wondering why. Well, Itto is very mobile. The Spider-Man thing can get you across the map regardless of anything. Just being able to be super mobile and fly across the map at the expense of draining no stamina is really good. Me personally, I hate this fruit, but in PvP it's really good. You're literally able to string up your opponent, and it has some good guard breaks as well with a large AoE. That's always good, and Birdcage is really efficient. Fruit overall is alright. PvE it's pretty trash, and it's not gonna help you farm any bosses. Yeah, I'll put it high B. I'll put it high B just because the combat capabilities of this fruit is probably on the same, if not just a tad bit better than Gora, and it's just super mobile, gets you across the map. We'll give it bonus points for that. Kage. Now I've never used Kage. Well, I have used it in the test server, but I've never actually gotten to like use it myself, so I don't really know where I would place this. Now I have again used it, but just not in the main game. The stamina drain on the ult, I feel like having the ult is really good. If you have a really good build that caters around the stamina drain the ultimate move does, you could beat up a lot of people with it if you use it right. And just based off the fact that its PvP combat capabilities is pretty good, I want to place it high. And with the shadow, I would assume leveling would go way smoother. Has some pretty decent AoE skills. Now I know this fruit is probably not going to help you boss farm, but I'm going to put it at a very low A. Very low A tier, because I know having that shadow clone is basically like fighting two people, and I've seen some crazy combat abilities with that. Kilo, Dogwater, I'm not going to explain why. Moving on. Margu, S tier. Now I'm a bit biased. Margu is genuinely efficient in all fields. It's the perfect all-round fruit. It's noob friendly. If a noob wants a fruit, you're going to suggest either Margu, Mera, or Pika, because those are the fruits that are going to get you through the game with the best efficiency possible. Margu is very up there. I don't even need to explain anything to you. Just use the fruit and you'll know why I'm saying that. Mera, I want to put it at a high A because I just don't like this fruit, but we're going to put it S tier. Again, it is like Margu, but just less efficient than Margu. You're able to fly and use moves whilst flying, which helps you in dungeon a lot. Mera can help you farm a lot of fruits. It's, again, good with PvE, PvP, and everything of that nature. Is an all-rounder. Really up there. S tier. Now we have Mero, really good with PvP, and that's about it. Very low A tier. Very low A tier, very low B tier. I don't know if it's, I'll put it above Horo. I'll definitely put it above Horo. Mochi. Now, Mochi is the most overrated fruit in the game right now, in my opinion. I currently have Mochi. It is really good. I haven't lost a PvP match in Arena with Mochi yet. And, well, I want to put all the glory to my gauntlets, because the gauntlets are the best weapon in the game. But yeah, no, Mochi is really up there, bro. I won't lie to you. Mochi is good. I'll put it low S tier. You get the Ken Haki dodges, which I feel like you could get knocked out of really easily. Foyu should have kept it how it was when he showcased it. You couldn't get knocked out of it until your dodges were completely gone, and that was really good. But now that's not the case. You can get knocked out of it. It's a bit annoying. It's kind of just the same thing as Observation Haki V2 and normal Haki, but we just have it on a Mochi, and it looks a little bit cooler because you have the eye trail. That's literally all Mochi's Observation Haki is. It's nothing like crazy. It's nothing game changing. It has the most moves in the whole of the game, again, which is really good. Obviously it's going to drain more stamina, but a lot of its moves you're probably not going to use in a 1v1, or if any scenario at that. But its ultimate move, definitely mid. I feel like that move needs a rework. Whilst it's rotating, if you're boss farming, the boss gets dealt no damage by outside parties whilst it's in the rotation spinning thing, which is kind of annoying. So whilst farming Brook, I've told people stop using Mochi ult because we're not dealing more damage, we're kind of dealing less. Nevertheless, it looks really cool. And it's, you know, I guess I haven't seen anyone go crazy with it in dungeons, but I would assume that its dungeon farming capability is up there. Its boss farming capability is up there because of the chestnut machine gun thing. Yeah, no, pretty good fruit overall. Just not as good as everyone's making it out to seem. Pawpaw, the ultimate troll fruit. Now, I'm going to put it a bit above. I don't know if I'll put it above or below Kage. Now, you can do some incredible things with Pawpaw. You can bounty hunt very easily. You just need to get close enough to someone with high bounty, go get you Fishman Bubble, and teleport them underwater, and bow, you've got a bunch of bounty. It's a really good troll fruit. It's not good in PvP. Don't let these videos of them beating people in 1v1 arena fool you. This fruit is not good in PvP. It is a good fruit overall though. Its ult does take a bit long to charge, but Foyu gave that a little bit of a buff just recently. It's a good fruit. It's not a bad fruit. It's a good fruit. I would actually put it high B. You can dungeon farm with it though, but you can't boss farm with it. I want to put it as high B. Pause high B. It's a really good fruit. Don't get it twisted. But I don't think it deserves to be put in that A category for sure. Pika. Now we got the Pika no Mi. I'm going to put it just above Mera. Why am I putting it above Mera? Again, this is like Margu, if not better, right? If I could put it side by side with Margu, I would. But I'm not putting Pika above Margu because Pika is pretty boring. And Margu's PvP combat capabilities are higher. And Margu deals more damage overall than Pika. Pika is very mobile. It has a lot of mobile moves. It deals a lot of damage. And it's kind of brain dead. Like, it's very brain dead. And you're able to fly across the sky. If you guys remember during Update 1 and Update 0, Pika flight drained almost no stamina. And you could fly literally across the whole of the first sea with it. Until Foyu decided to nerf it for whatever reason. It was PvP. Foyu nerfed it because of some stuff that happened in PvP where he could have just fixed it by saying, oh, if you're in combat you just can't do something, or it completely like nerfs the flight ability or something like that. But he decided to change the fruit overall. Now you could barely go to the next island while draining all your stamina. It is what it is though. We're used to it now, so there's no room to complain. But yeah, no, Pika is really good. Spin, we're gonna slap it in the C tier. It's very mid. I'm not gonna explain why. Suke is pretty bad. Ever since they introduced Ken Haki, Suke was really bad. Before Observation Haki, Suke was actually pretty good. I remember Update 0 Wars, you would start getting comboed by someone you couldn't even see. and it was crazy. I can't lie to you. I don't have any war clips of Suke users in Update 0, but you'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you're an Update 0 player. Those Suke guys sneaking up on you and hitting you, and then you just get jumped by a bunch of randoms. It's crazy. It was, yeah, man, it was crazy. And Suke was used to steal fruits because there was no trading system back then. People would literally like trade fruits in the free-man server for some reason, and then once the fruit gets picked up and it's walking by itself, they'll wonder, wait, what's going on? Oh, it's a Suke user, he stole my fruit. GG. Suke will never be forgotten. It was useful at a certain time, but now it's not that time. Dog water. Suna, I don't think Suna deserves to be in A tier. It's pretty mid. It's good for PvP. It's good for PvE. Pretty bad for boss farming, and you can use it in the dungeon. So I guess I'll put it high B tier. I don't think it deserves to go A tier at all. Has one of the coolest fruit designs in the whole game though, that's for sure. Tori, S tier. I'm gonna put it above Mochi. Now, Tori's worth a lot. The Tori rework is coming, but Tori is just not right now. It's just if you get low, you run away and heal yourself, and then you come back into battle and fight people, and it's what it has been since it's come out. Again, there are some pretty cool combos that you could do a couple weeks ago before Update 5 with the Fishman stuff. Those got nerfed though. I don't think you can still do it, but it's not to the same capacity. Tori is a really good fruit, just not better than Mera, Pika, or Magu in my opinion. Using it for boss farming is pretty silly. You can deal damage, but you're not actually doing too much. Really good for dungeon farming. Tori can help you get more fruits, and yeah, PvE is pretty useful as well. But other than that, I'm gonna put it below the free top dogs. I don't think any fruit will come out in the game that's gonna surpass these free fruits in my opinion. I see these free fruits as the top dogs of Grand Peace Online, even though I hate Mera with a passion. But yeah, we got this Yomi Yomi no Mi. I'm gonna put it up there with Goro, and the reason I say that is because, wow, it's pretty trash at PvE. Well, I'm gonna put it up there in the A tier. Really good in PvP. I'm not sure about dungeons, but I genuinely think its PvP capabilities is really good, so it just deserves to be up in the A tier for sure. Zushi, I want to put it low A, but I'm gonna give respect to Suna and put it right below it because, you know, it's Zushi. I've used Zushi once. It was a really good experience. It did go crazy, but not the fruit for me personally. I don't really see use for it outside of PvP as well. Maybe you can use it for ship farming, the ult and the meteor move, but those have cooldowns, so pretty useless. Anyways, that's about it for the fruit tier list. Hope y'all boys enjoyed. Peace.